I'm in a store looking for a new pair of shoes or sneakers, and I know what you're going to tell me right now. This is not how we do it for the last 20 years. We actually know which type of sneakers or which brand of sneakers we want to buy before our last pair gives up on us. Our perception about the brands and products around us changed in the last couple of years, especially with the development of the internet. Now we want to possess something rather than because we need it. And why is that, you're going to ask me? Because brands are becoming really good in hacking our brains.
My name is Vladislav Radak. I'm a writer and mathematician in a search for answers to the most difficult questions humanity ever faced. When I'm not traveling the world, I'm in my studio researching and writing new episodes. And this week we have a good one: how to stop brands from hacking our brains. Let me take you on an adventure.
Hello, Instagram.
Bad boy. I'm on a mission and I won't stop.
We live in a world where the price of the product doesn't really reflect the quality, and for a long time, reason, most of the things that we are buying we don't actually need. For more than a century, brands have capitalized on the fact that effective marketing is much more simply hyping the advantages of the product. Some ads have nothing to do with the product at all. In 1871, for example, Pearl Tobacco started advertising their cigarettes through branded posters and trading cards that featured exposed women, a trend that continues to this day. We understand that sexualization in marketing is wrong and awful, but it will not go away anytime soon.
And the research shows that it's remarkably effective even on monkeys. And why, you might ask? Because our brain pays special attention from the information coming from our social world. And this is Shadow Street, by the way.
In theory, ads that associate sex or status with specific brands or products activate the brain mechanisms that prioritize social information, and turning on this switch may bias us toward the product, wrote neuroscience professor Michael Platt for Scientific American. You can now notice that some brands are not even prominently feature products in their campaigns. Now they want you to associate the brand with the lifestyle they hope you wish to live, writing your life story instead of you. When these connections are robust and positive, it can change our behavior, nudging us to make no-brainer purchases when we encounter the brand at the store. Brands want to ask you, who are you? Adventure type, caring mother, protector of the earth, nerd, athlete above all athletes, or maybe the underdog?
So here is an interesting story. There was this famous study done at Duke University with two randomized groups of participants. One group was actually flashed for a really short time the Apple logo, the second one IBM logo. Then they were asked to perform some tasks. And surprisingly enough, a group who was shown Apple logo performed much better in creative tasks than other group.
The participants actually completed a task designed to evaluate how creative they were, listing all the uses for a brick they could imagine beyond building a wall. The research finds that people who were exposed to the Apple logo generated significantly more unusual uses for the brick compared with those who were primed with the IBM logo. In addition, the unusual uses of the Apple primed participants generated were rated as more creative by independent judges. This is the first clear evidence that subliminal brand exposures can cause people to act in very specific ways. Researchers performed tests when they offered people $100 to tell them what logo was being flashed on the screen, and none of the participants was able to say. But even this undetectable exposure is enough to spark changes in behavior. People have long used objects and clothing to express themselves and signal their affiliation with groups. with their tribe in the past or without our modern tribe now, from prehistoric seashell jewelry to Air Jordans, the things people wear and associate with signal a lot of information about how they conceptualize themselves.
When I pick up a brand, I actually choose to create a new identity. And which identity we're creating with certain brands, you might ask me, well, those stories are already written by brands who control our lives.
Brands can burrow themselves deep into our subconscious. Through ad campaigns, brands can form a web of associations and memories in our brains. It's marketing principle that is related to the work of Daniel Kahneman, a psychologist and economist who won 2002 Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences. In his book Thinking Fast and Slow, Kahneman separates thinking into two broad categories, or as he called them, systems. System 1 is fast and automatic, requiring little effort or voluntary control. System 2 is slow and requires subjective deliberation and logic. Obviously, advertising will do anything to keep you away from system number 2.
This is a special and unique place in the world. We're currently in city center of Düsseldorf, Germany, and actually this might look like a normal underground metro station for you, but it's special in one really specific way, and that is it has no advertisement. You see, city officials decided that because citizens paid for this train station, that it shouldn't have any ads on, and this is why maybe it's perfect place to come here, chill and clean your brain, and maybe decide on your next purchase.
In the end, iPhone is just a phone that makes us unhappy. Coca-Cola is just half sugar, half carbonated water that causes diabetes, and Nike is there to make us pay $100 for a t-shirt that millionaire athletes get for free. Yet we cannot help ourselves and we work tirelessly to afford them. So is there any way to make better choices? Well, the best strategy might be to slow down and try to avoid making automatic purchasing decisions that are characteristic of Kahneman's fast System 1 mode of thinking. I think personally it's important to always think a little bit about, okay, why I'm really buying this product? Will it really make me a better athlete, or do I need to actually train more? Will it really help me spend more time with my family, or do I need to manage my time better?
Brands or marketing are not going away. They're only going to try to increase their efforts to be forever imprinted inside of our brains. Not picking up a brand is not helpful because no brand is brand on its own. The only way that we can protect our thoughts and our purchasing decisions and our mind is to try to write our story by ourselves.
Hey, Vladislav Radak again here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We really enjoyed making it. If you have any questions, please let me know in comments down below, and maybe this can be ideas for our future episodes. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do so, because every week I'm taking you on new and amazing adventures, and who knows, maybe next week we will be in another country. Until then, stay tuned and curious, and don't forget, libraries still exist.